The House of Representatives Joint Committees on Petroleum, Downstream, Upstream and Gas have reiterated the commitment of the House in collaborating with oil companies and other relevant stakeholders in order to tackle the menace of oil theft in Nigeria. This was the position of the committees during an investigative hearing in Abuja. Aisha Ali Jafar completes the report.
Speaking at the investigative hearing, the chairman of the House Committee on Petroleum Resources Upstream, Honorable Musa Sarkin Adar, and other members of the committee frowned at how the invited oil companies only sent representatives rather than their chief executive officers, noting that the House will not accept a situation where its powers are undermined.
Excuse to go and attend to others. Please, let's continue to build this synergy and understanding. We are all equal, and we are working towards making this country to be a better and better nation. In other countries, this doesn't happen. Anybody that we invite here is not in my personal capacity. If I want to come to myself or my personal capacity, I will go there by myself. And I will not even give my card. I will go and join the queue. Please, let us maintain that respect. This parliament, members come, members go, this parliament remains.
While questioning the chairman of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, Engineer Benga Komolafe, on the actual data for oil theft in Nigeria, some members of the committee, among whom were Honorable Preye Oseke, Benjamin Kalu and Mark Bila, argued that since the documents are unreconciled, they should go back and work on it.
Ending on the month of May 2022, and underneath clearly says that data is unreconciled to the Parliament of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You're telling Nigerians that the figures you are giving to them, these figures, these production figures that you are giving to Nigerians, that these figures are not reconciled.
To be honest, Mr. Chairman, if this data is not reconciled, it is not really before us. Yes. And if the data is not before us, any discussion around the data is an exercise in futility. It's standing on nothing.
Responding, the chairman of the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Engineer Benga Komolafe, pointed out that they are doing everything possible in solving the problem of oil theft in Nigeria, adding that all data are presented with absolute sincerity and the Commission will continue to collaborate with all sister agencies in order to solve the challenges of oil theft, which is impacting negatively on the nation's oil revenue.
Actually, the data we presented before the honorable members is just trying to be very dispassionate as much as we can. But we've noted your comment and would ensure a quick reconciliation of the data. We don't intend to misrepresent whatsoever.
The Vice Chairman of the committee, Honorable Preye Oseke, sheds more light on the hearing.
With the Nigerian Parliament, because we represent the people, and as expected that if any agency of government is making a submission, we expect that factual data has been presented to Parliament so that the Nigerian people will understand what is going on, those who are running government on their behalf. Well, those are some of the issues we had to go into executive session to talk about, because when the oil industry tends to be a very sensitive sector in our country, and when discussions get to the point where certain information has to be talked about, people in different platforms like the Parliament and they that are working for the Upstream Regulatory Commission needed that privacy to be able to convince us why we have the figures that were presented to us. Clearly, the issue of oil theft is what the entire public hearing was all about.
Aisha Ali Jafar reporting for DITV World News.
Educationists in Kaduna have begun to express their views on the recent sacking of 2,000